So I was debating what channel to put this on, because I have got a fitness channel for menopausal women, because I'm menopausal, and who have different dietary requirements. So I might put it on that channel as well as this channel, but it's also pharmaceutical related, what I want to talk about, and the fact of I've noticed or seen why people are so messed up in the head. So Tucker Carlson was talking about Ozempic, and it's been in the media a lot for Americans. Now in Europe it's bad. It's not something that we use over here, and it's not something that I think you have to have some serious issues, in the sense of you've either got a genetic, there's a lot of people who struggle with obesity, who's got that thing that, I say a lot of people, the signal in their brain doesn't tell them when to stop eating. There's a handful of people like that, and they eat and they eat and they eat and they eat. And then you've got people who are seriously overweight and diabetic. That's what it was more aimed for. Well, in America, it's given out like Smarties. And to the point now that you can't even slag it off because it's deemed racist, because certain races and certain cultures and areas within America are more, more going to use it more than people who are affluently well off. Even though people who are rich will use it because it means they lose a few pounds. But this drug is something that you take for life, and it messes with your stomach, with your gut. It almost paralyses it. It has some awful side effects. And the company that makes it, I think it's a Dutch or Swedish or some kind of firm over in Europe, Nordcan or something, I don't know. I know there's all different reasons, right? But as a rule, 90% of the global population get fat because they eat too much. And that's really it. Now, there's nothing wrong with, you can eat all this crap food if you move enough to burn it. If you've got, when a car runs out of fuel, you refuel it. Well, it's exactly the same as when you eat. And some people can't gauge when they're full up. Some people can't gauge. And some of this food, so concentrated in calories, it's so calorie dense, by the time the brain says the signal, you've eaten 4,000 calories and you're like, oh, well, myself, I've never been particularly stupidly overweight. I've only ever been like a stone overweight ever in my life, and maybe one dress size more. I've never been classed as obese. I've been classed as overweight slightly, but I seem to have a gauge on it. My parents have never been fat. I've never known my mum to be over a size 10, dress size 10 in England, which is the same as an 8 in America, I think. Never known her to be over it. Never. My dad's always been 10.5 stone at the height he is, all of his life. And they're still both, my dad's 80 nearly and my mum's 75, something like that. And neither of them are overweight. And obviously, going through the menopause changed my mum a bit. So I said to my mum, because I'm going through the menopause, how much weight did you put on? She goes, oh, a couple of pounds. And I put on a couple of pounds, but I put on a couple of pounds because I was sitting down. I've actually been outside doing my delivery, my parcel delivery for the last 2 weeks. And I've lost £7 in 2 weeks, but by not even trying, which was my winter fat, because I usually go up 4 to 5 pounds in the winter, because you do, and then in the summer you kind of cut it back off. But I'm close to having a 6-pack now, and that I've never had one in my life, but I've got the top 2 are there and the next 2 are kind of visible, and if I'm dehydrated you can see it, but if I'm not then you can't. But my body fat percentage is like 25%, and most women are not 25%. Most of the population is not below 30% in women. Men is a different percentage because they hold fat in different ways. But there's this misconception about, oh yeah, but it's junk food, it's shitty food. Well, if you burn 2,000 calories a day, it doesn't matter what you eat. You can eat a bag of sugar. As long as you don't eat over 2,000 calories of sugar, it wouldn't be very nutritional, you know, indefinitely every day of the week. But as long as you don't eat over 2,000 calories every day, because that's what you burn, you won't put on weight. But if you're trying to lose weight, you've got to eat under that. So you might have to eat 1,800 calories or walk 5,000 steps more. You know, also in America, no one walks anywhere. In England, we do. I average 15,000 steps a day, which is 6 to 7 miles a day. How many people do you know walk 6 or 7 miles a day? They don't. There are people who do, but it's just, the world has got so, oh, I want to sit here and do nothing all day and consume food. Well, why are you consuming? You only need to consume food if you move. If I sat here all day like this, I might only have to eat 1,000 calories a day. In order for my systems to run and me not move, I burn 1,358 calories a day. That's what I've averaged it out as. So I have to eat another 1,000 calories, because I eat about 2,300 calories a day. That's my burn. I have to eat another 1,000 calories. But in order to eat those other 1,000 calories, I've got to do at least 10,000 steps. So at the weekend, if I haven't eaten my calories during the week, like the full amount I'm supposed to eat, I've got excess for the weekend. You do it by a week. So if you're allowed 2,000 a day, 2 times by 7 is 14,000 calories a week. So in the week, if you've only eaten 8,000, right, you've got 6,000 left to play with at the weekend. So you can eat 3,000 on Saturday, and you can eat 3,000 on Sunday, which will be the 2 or 3 pints of beer you have, and the dessert you have, and the packet of crisps, and the popcorn, and the dip that you have when you're watching a film. You've got to take responsibility for what you put in your mouth, because if you don't, you get sick. Also, this, I don't know how much I have to keep saying how fucking important this is today, right? Everyone's in fucking, no one's got their arms out. No one's getting any kind of light. They're all full of snot, look all sick, like, they're all limping along, all 4 sizes fucking bigger than they should be, and then blaming it on, don't get me wrong, there are people who've been through trauma, and there are people who've got mental health issues that struggle with certain things, right? But that doesn't mean that you binge eat and then go, because when I first started going to the gym, everyone was really enthusiastic. Oh, well done, yeah, woo, it's really good. The moment I started looking good and was skinny, as I get called all the time, or had any bit of muscle. So women are like, you're so skinny, look at you. And it's like, wow, why are you so spiteful? Why are you so pissed off that I'm skinny? You can be too. You have to do the work. I did. Why are you pissed off with me? Oh right, all of a sudden now you don't want to support me now because I'm better than you. It's like, today, there was 3 builders, and one of them had a pot belly on the digger. Another one was sort of like, he was big, you could see, and another one was skinny. And I've got out of the van, I've gone across the road, I've knocked on the door, and these blokes have gone, looking at me like this. One bloke's gone, another bloke's gone, and they're pointing at me. I'm like, what, because I've got bigger biceps and triceps than you? It's funny, is it? A woman with muscles is funny? I just looked at him and I thought, oh God, have you got a small penis? Is that what it is? Does it make you feel inadequate? It's like pathetic. So I couldn't give a fuck what people think anymore. I've in the last few years, since COVID, to be honest with you, COVID, falling out with a couple of people, and the world the way it is now has made me just go, oh fuck it, I don't care what people think, don't like it, fuck off. I'm a lot more cut and shut, but I'm not going to turn into that spiteful, grumpy old git on the corner who thinks the whole world's against him because people have fucking hurt me. I'm not going to turn into that, and I'm not going to worry about what people think. If you don't know what I look like, oh well. Come on, look at me. Do you think I really care what people think? Look. Christ, I wear a fucking glove on my head. Most people won't wear a glove on their head as a hat. Oh, I love that hat, it's great. Do you want to wear it? Oh, no, I couldn't be seen walking down the street in that. Why? Oh, I look a bit silly. It's alright for me to look silly. No one gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what people think. If I cared what people think, I, one, wouldn't be making these fucking videos, and two, I wouldn't do half the shit that I do. I've got to the point now, I don't really care. There's no emotion to it anymore. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. See ya. Yeah, and it's taken me a while to actually think me that. But when you've done something genuinely, like you do things in life like you genuinely care about someone, and then they throw you in the bin like you're trash. You're like, well, okay. Oh, great, I just cared, and then that's how you treat me. And then like, oh, I've managed to achieve something really good in the gym and look better about myself, and it's like, oh, look, you're skinny, fucking hell, I'm jealous of you. Oh, okay, thanks a lot. So you just get to the point where people are happy to give you praise until they feel that they're inadequate. The moment they feel inadequate, oh, you're better than me in this, or you look better than me in this, or you're this and that and this and that, people get spiteful and bitchy and whatever else. And this is why Ozempic, or whatever it is being used the way it is. Not by actual sick people who've been through trauma who actually might need some help. It's like a last resort. You know, when you go to the doctors with diabetes, or you're pre-diabetic, the doctor should be telling you to change your diet. But they don't tell you to change the diet. They tell you to, well, actually in England they might do, they just go, oh, take this drug. Carry on eating what you're doing, carry on not exercising, and then we'll see you in 2 years' time when you need some statins or some heart blood pressure tablets. Do you know what? The average American over 50 takes 7 tablets a day. What? 7 tablets? What the fuck, man? When was the last time I went to the doctors? I had to get my inhaler prescription renewed in 2020 due to the COVID rules and regulations. I'd already had an inhaler, and because I was not registered as asthmatic, even though the doctors knew it was, it's in my history, I had to go through that. But I'd done that all over the phone, I haven't visited. Prior to that, I think the last time I went to the doctors was about 2015, 9 years ago. 9 fucking years ago. I can count on that hand how many times I've been to the doctors in 20 years. Literally. And you know, I know sometimes it's not all, it's luck sometimes, isn't it? But like, fuck me. I don't go to the doctors. Like, there's people who I know, oh, it's all right, just take a pill to suppress the symptoms. Fuck me. The world, do you know what? There won't be a population soon that no one's going to be able to reproduce anything. People are becoming sterile because they're eating shit food and taking symptom suppressors. And this Ozempic thing, I'm absolutely stunned at the level of idiocracy. Anyway, I'm going to leave a link to my second channel. I'm using it for fitness, but you can, if you're one of my regulars, if you subscribe there, then at least it's a second place, because if this channel gets pulled, because this channel is flagged, it doesn't get out, as the reach doesn't get as far as it used to. You know, they know that I'm someone who's outspoken about stuff, so the algorithms aren't there. So if this channel ever disappears, at least then you can find me there, because that's what I'll do. I'll change its name and then I'll start again from there. But what the hell? It just beggars belief at what's going on with this Ozempic or whatever it is thing. Wow. USA, sort yourself out, for fuck's sake. Just eat less, move more. Peace, love and light.